We're at the Great Lakes Science Center staying curious with our friend Emily here, and we are talking about a really important subject, which is women in science and historical women in science. I'm sure you have a handful of heroes, don't you?
I do, and you know, when I think of historical women in science, I can't help but think of Marie Curie.
Sure.
I mean, she is kind of the pioneering woman in science, the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes on her own in engineering all of these different chemicals that she found in our periodic table of elements. It's just absolutely fantastic. She also helped set the pathway for the X-ray, a machine that we use still to this day.
I didn't know that about her.
Well,
That's
fun
great.
fact.
Learning all kinds of things when you stay curious here, right? All right, so I came for an experiment today, though.
All
Emily. What do you got?
So what I have here is actually an experiment called the Screaming Gummy.
So
it gives you a little bit of foreshadowing into what's going to happen. But what I'm going to do here is I am going to take this torch here, light it on fire.
And what's in the bottom there?
What's in the bottom is something called potassium chlorate. Now, potassium chlorate is kind of like our catalyst for this experiment. What we're trying to do is get it to melt. And as you can see, it really doesn't want to melt. You have to apply quite a bit of heat. And if you can see from the bottom,
I started to see it melting a little bit.
It's starting to melt and bubble inside. And to me, it almost kind of looks like candy. But
yeah, there's like the rock candy.
The rock candies, yeah. And what we're actually going to observe is once we drop that candy inside, we are going to see all different forms of energy. Because when we think of candy, we think of that sugar rush. We think of energy. We think of excitement. And we're going to actually physically see the representation of that energy. So go ahead and drop it in.
One at a time?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Ooh, whoops, hold on. There you go.
So what you can see at the bottom here, this beautiful light, what we're seeing is that sugar that's inside that candy is being turned to carbohydrates. And carbohydrates, they give us that energy, which as you can see inside, it transformed into those carbohydrates. Those carbohydrates said, let's go.
Right, that's what it says when kids eat them. You can give them a pack of that. I can see why it has that effect on children.
That's what happens to your kids when they eat candy, I guess.
Right. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? I love that. All right, so inspiring. Some kids might want to do a little more of this. And I know that you have some incredible STEM programs coming up. I can't believe we're thinking about summer and camps already, but STEM camps for girls and boys here, right?
Yeah, you know, with all of this drum winter outside, I am ready to think about summer. I'm ready, and for summer.
Campfires.
And campfires, yeah, we've kind of set the scene here. We have Camp Curiosity, which is an awesome summer program. I mean, a week long delving into different topics of science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We even have a bug camp this year. So, I mean, if your kid is interested in something, there is a topic for it out there. And our registration is actually open right now at greatscience.com. You can check us out. We have all of our registrations open, so you can make sure to snag those spots because we're already selling out of some of our camps.
I know, you don't want to get that far ahead, but you really need to get on that if you want to make sure that your kid gets in. And there's also something new, permanent here. I'm really excited about this. My girls are interested in things like life sciences and some of the technologies.
Yeah,
what do you have?
Actually, we have our Cleveland Creates gallery that is open. And inside that gallery space, you are able to explore all of the building blocks of these emerging technologies that we're seeing. So we're talking about AI, we're talking about coding, prosthetics, data, visualization of data. I mean, it is a whole playground of just what it means to kind of embody those building blocks of that emerging technology. And we are so, so excited to have it open.
That's wonderful. And that's to be able to apply that. And I imagine as a lot of these things are here hands-on.
Yes.
Get engaged, get involved. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ellen.
Of course.